NFL 22 on EA Sports. And tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Hawks and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
On a muggy night here in Houston, Texas, it's a perfect 72 degrees inside NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaunt alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again the Seattle Seahawks offense.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They run it with Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This is Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate right there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to take over on offense, and we see them led out by their veteran quarterback in his 11th season in the NFL, but first in the Lone Star State, Tyrod Taylor.
His athleticism in college was never in question. In fact, many NFL scouts thought he might be better suited to play receiver, but always believed in himself, always wanted to be a quarterback, and continues to prove his worth at that position in the NFL.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Running from the gun, Johnston. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A gain of 32 that time.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
At the 48-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Taylor. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action, it's Taylor. He's got his target, Chris Conley. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. And that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Here's Taylor. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson. there to make the grab. And the Texans have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. A try here for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Well, Charles, these Seattle Seahawks, as they get ready here for their next drive, they're a team that, I don't know, I really haven't heard a whole lot about in the offseason. Maybe that's a good thing. 12-4 last year. They won the NFC West for the first time since 2016, but then they lost to the Rams in the wild card round. But what are you hearing about Seattle and the prognostication for this upcoming campaign?
Well, Brandon, got a brand new offensive coordinator who came from division rival Rams, and they expect this offense to take another leap. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett out wide. If they get Chris Carson back full-time at running back, Russell Wilson, of course, is Russell Wilson. If they start playing a little bit better on defense, and they were starting to do that the second half of last season, this Seahawks team will once again be dangerous. But what a division. The Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals. Wow. That's a tough division. But the Seahawks won it last year. They expect to be in that mix again this season.
And they'll open their season on the road in Indianapolis week 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Right back to him on first down. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Jimmy Moreland there on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up. 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They can't ask for much more than this. They've got it 1st and goal from the 5. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown Texans. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sly on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. The Seahawks take back over, and they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Johnston running right. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Taylor. Screen play, Johnston. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Joey slide on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel unsettling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, rolling to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw is Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Houston set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On the counter, Lindsey trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Jordan Brooks drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Play action. Now Wilson. On the move to his left. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great 6th sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Taylor to throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Darrell Taylor drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
And this offensive line, as we all remember, allowed 50 sacks last year, tied for the second most in the NFL. They vowed new techniques, a few new players, but so far, not quite getting it done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A punt at 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On 2nd and inches, Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. We heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Second and 7 at the Seahawks 21-yard line.
A give, running right, Lindsey. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Taylor. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff for Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson being chased out left. Got some room at the 30, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. He'll find Metcalf, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Nice throw. Big man catches the football for a first down, and that big man, that's DK Metcalf, the 9th receiver taken in the 2019 draft class. I think if we redid it, he might very well be the first one off the board. 83 catches for 1,300 yards last year.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Wilson, flush to his right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Dancing to his left. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Eric Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They begin the drive with Johnston. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
As you say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Shrugs him off. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Here's Wilson to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play, How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't?
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And this is now a one-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Throwing now, Taylor on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by DJ Reed. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 3, second and a yard.
Now it's Wilson.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Taylor. And he's going to go down again.
Darrell Taylor
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Out to the flat here for Johnston.
And some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check 56. I got you.
Here's Taylor. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
On 1st down, Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Eric Murray, the 40. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. All I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, You become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Taylor will throw. Over the middle, it's Amendola.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Here's Lindsey. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And this one is right through. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half out of quarterback Russell Wilson. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. And meanwhile, for the Texans, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Andre Roberts now to return it.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Screen play, Johnston. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
56. Mike, 56. Right.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Amendola's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run on first down. Lindsey, they'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Taylor. He'll check this down to Johnston. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This will be caught by Brown. Got a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that draws him level. It's 23-23. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. He lets it fly for Rocket. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Taylor. Being chased out left. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. He'll take it at the 42. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. To throw is Wilson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kevin Pierre-Louis leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll have the football but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. But he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Well, CD, something that we've done for a number of years as the season gets going is we get predictions on each side.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Darrell Taylor in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now Taylor to throw.
And this will be swung out for Lindsey.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And Gerald Everett makes a good catch there for a 1st down, and he was signed away from the Seattle Seahawks division rivals, the Rams, after 4 years in L.A. backing up Tyler Higbee. He's excited about his opportunity in the Pacific Northwest. Last year, 41 catches, a career high.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. And it's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Taylor. Completing it to the right side, Johnston. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Now Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. L.J. Collier with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now here is another interception. Desmond King picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Taylor. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Taylor.
Out to the flat here for Johnston. And he is going to have the Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And Taylor will slide to a home with a first down. Be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Taylor. He gets it to Cooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 17.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks are. He's got a man, complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And how about how he improvised right there, because he got flushed out of the pocket, locked eyes with his wide receiver, who knew to just keep running. And he was able to lay that one out there for him to run under.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point up and through by Myers, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
And now out comes Houston.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
The intended receiver was David Johnston, but it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
56, boys, 56. Check.
Now it's Taylor. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Taylor will throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates them because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And taken right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The end result, 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, check.
Throwing is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Carson trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Out to his left. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 1-yard line.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Roberts on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Houston set to take over, and the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Now Taylor on 1st down. Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for a third time tonight he's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Steps away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Wilson going to try once more.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Whitney merciless from his linebacker spot in to drop him in his tracks. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Now Wilson on 1st down. Rolling to his... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly. Intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down. Now it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Carlos Dunlap, his 2nd sack of the night. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Here's Taylor. Under pressure, they got him again.
Darrell Taylor make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Texans this possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Myers' kick is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Roberts now on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Carlos Dunlap bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Taylor, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Play 56. Let go. I don't think you got it, son.
Now Taylor. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. No move to pull the offense. Taylor's going to go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense, but they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock, work it down, and of course you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Again, Wilson will keep it.
He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Roberts on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And here comes the Texans now. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Taylor. Screenplay, Johnston. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Taylor. He's got his target, Chris Conley. And he's brought down. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. On first down, it's Taylor. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now Taylor.
Completing it to the right side, Johnston. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Taylor.
Looking deep now for Amendola. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Here's Taylor to throw.
He'll check this down to Johnston.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 16.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Like 56. 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
To throw is Taylor. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a 2-point conversion. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now Wilson. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Wilson wants to throw it. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Throwing now is Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.